So, your team has decided to use the PlanMinder. That is great, but what will that mean for you as a team member, or developer, as anyone working on scheduled tasks are called in the PlanMinder? To keep plans up to date, you will be reporting the work you do in the PlanMinder. You will also update the status when an activity is completed, and update the estimate on how much work is remaining when you have new information. This is the report time view. On the left side, you find a tree view with projects and activities. The right side is split between a week overview and a list of time reports. The week overview already shows activities scheduled for you this week, and it will show any activity you report time on. You can also mark activities as favourites to always have them ready in the week overview. If the activity you want to report time on is not in the week overview, you need to find it. You can browse the tree view and find them under a category and project, and possibly under a group node. You can double-click to create a new entry, or drag and drop the activity. New entries will be created for the day marked in the overview. If you drop it on an existing entry, it will change the activity for that entry. If you know the name, you can instead start typing in the activity field. If your activity already is in the week overview, you can simply enter time in the corresponding field. You can enter time as hours, minutes, as decimal hours, or as a start and end time. You can also do additions and subtractions if you want to. Another option is to start a timer and track time as you are working. You should also enter a comment to describe what you have been doing. It helps when someone later wants to figure out what happened in the project, or if you by accident report time on the wrong activity. The work type field is used to track what kind of work is being done across all projects. It usually has a good default value, but you may need to change it. The available categories is something your team customizes. The $sign is used to signal if your work is billable or not. Your team may decide to hide this option if you don't need it. On the right side, there are buttons to copy and delete report entries, and the very important Commit button. Your time reports become available to others and to the scheduler only when you have committed them. You can do individual entries or all at once. You can still edit an entry after it has been committed. If you enable the PlanMinder online service, it is also possible to report time from mobile devices. It is a web-based user interface with similar functionality, but adapted for smartphone use. Above the week overview, you can see a little information about the selected activity. To see more, you can right-click on an entry or in the tree view to bring up the description overlay. Here, you can see the full description and some other information. If you are authorized to, you can edit the description field. Using Markdown formatting, you can keep to-do lists, links to documents, and other notes readily available and easy to access. Here, you can also see the current estimate of how much time it will take to complete the activity. This is based on the most recent estimate, with any reported and committed work after that subtracted. Original estimates are listed below. When you can make a better estimate or want to change status, click the Update button. Enter the new estimate for how much work will be remaining at the end of the day. In the PlanMinder, you give one number for the best possible scenario, and one number that you are reasonably sure will be enough. Reasonable sure is defined as 7 times out of 10 you will finish in less time. Or, if the activity is completed, just change the status. It is always good practice to add a comment so that it is possible to follow what has happened in the project. Your time reports, updates and changes will affect the plan when the scheduler is run. To see how an activity fits into the bigger picture, you can jump to the Kairos view, where the project model is. Switching to Chronos view, You can see how activities are scheduled in a Gantt chart with some extra information. If you are interested in your own schedule, click Organise by People and expand your name. To create a valid schedule, the PlanMinder needs to know when you are available for scheduled work and how much you will work. The Work Schedule tab keeps track of that. The General Schedule is used to define the normal length of a workday, weekends and holidays. In your personal work schedule, you can define when you will be on vacation, going to a conference, or will be working overtime. If you normally have other tasks besides scheduled project work, you can define how many % of an average day you allow the PlanMinder to schedule work for you. The home screen is the first thing you see when you start the PlanMinder. It is designed to give a quick overview of the most relevant information. On the right side, there is a calendar where you can see what has been scheduled for you. You can switch to see the schedule for someone else, or what everybody is doing on a specific day. On the top left, you can see how much time you have reported recent weeks, and if you have uncommitted time reports. The Attention field showed things that likely requires an update from you. The Latest Updates field lists recent updates to activities you are responsible for, either as an assigned developer or as a project manager. As on most pages, you can right-click to bring up the description overlay. The Shared To-Do Notes field is like a virtual office whiteboard. You have your own, where you can write whatever you like, but you can also see and edit others, and they can see and edit yours. Sometimes you will notice that the Reload button pulses. That means that someone else has changed things, and you should reload to have up-to-date information. Even if it does not blink, it is a good idea to reload once in a while, especially before making changes of your own. These are the things you, as a developer, will use the most. But there is more to the PlanMinder than this. Watch the other videos in the introduction series to learn more about project plans, project reports, and how to explore project history. For more details, you can always click the Help button to open the manual or visit the resources page on theplanminder.com.